Today we're going to learn about the American Revolution, which lasted between 1775 through 1789, and it was a time when the British colonists in America rebelled against the rule of Great Britain. There were many battles fought, and the colonists gained their freedom and became the independent country of the United States. The Revolutionary War lasted from 1775 until 1783. Before the American Revolution, there were 13 British colonies in the Americas. Not all of them participated in the revolution, but all three of them ended up rebelling. The main reason that the colonists rebelled against the King of Britain is that they felt they were not represented in the British government, and the British government was purposely making new laws and putting high taxes on the colonies, but the colonies had no say and couldn't go against their ideas. They wanted to have some say in the British government if they were going to pay high taxes and have to live by British laws. It was a movement to preserve the existing liberties of the colonies rather than create new ones. The reason British asked for money to the American colonists was because they needed money after the war with France, which caused national debt to occur. And they wanted to make up for the losses by using the American colonies through the use of taxes. They exercised the imperial power without offering them representation in the British government. They were armed with the new ideas of the Enlightenment that was across Europe, so they went into war with the British. And by 1781, they had prevailed with the help from the France, who were still a monarchy themselves, but still helped the Americans. The British colonies had a great deal of autonomy, and they had its own internal conflicts, which allowed American colonies to be dominated by the wealthier property-owning settlers, which gave them something close to self-government, and they regarded this as a birthright and part of their heritage. And since nobody wanted to break away from the British because they gave many advantages, there was a few drawbacks. This is George Washington leading his soldiers into war in the American Revolution. In the U.S., class distinctions were real and visible, and there was a large availability of land and scarcity of people. An absence of both a titled nobility and a single established church meant that social life was more open than in Europe. There wasn't any legal distinctions in the social classes as they did in France, and all free men enjoyed the same status before the law, excluding the black slaves and the white woman. It was made for less poverty to occur and more economic opportunities, and it caused fewer social differences than in Europe.